Hi guys, so today we're starting a new chapter. We're going to learn about energy and energy transformations. So please get out your science notebook. We're going to write our notes in our notebook. So we're going to do lesson 1 today. Lesson 1, we're going to start with what is energy. And energy is the ability to cause change. So there are a couple different types of kinetic energy or of energy. The first type is kinetic, and that is the energy of motion. So kinetic energy is our energy due to motion, and all moving objects have kinetic energy. So if you look at the guy going up the hill, as he's moving up, he has kinetic energy, and also as he's moving down, he has kinetic energy, because this is when they are moving. Kinetic energy depends on an object's speed. So if you think something's going fast, the faster it goes, the more kinetic energy it has. So as it's up here and it's not moving, it has stored energy or potential energy. And as it moves down the hill, that's when you have the kinetic energy, the energy of motion. Kinetic energy also depends on mass. Two objects move at the same speed. The object with more mass has more energy. So if you look at these two skiers, obviously the one that's in the front has the most mass and the most energy. The next type of energy is potential energy. Potential energy is energy stored due to interactions between objects or particles. We have some different types of potential energy. They include gravitational, elastic potential, and chemical potential. Potential energy is when the object is not moving. So the car at the top of the hill is not moving. It has potential energy. Whereas up and down, that would be kinetic energy because it's actually moving. So the first type of potential energy is gravitational potential energy. And this is between objects and Earth, and it depends on the object's weight and height. The next type of energy is elastic potential energy, and this is like when you stretch a rubber band. It is the energy stored in objects that are compressed or stretched. And if you release the band, it will snap. So that is the stored potential energy in there. You also have chemical potential energy, and this is the energy stored in chemical bonds between atoms. It is released when chemical reactions occur. And we'll talk more about chemistry later. So energy and work. Work is the transfer of energy that occurs when a force makes an object move in the direction of the force while the force is acting on the object. So this weightlifter is making the weights move because he is pushing upward force on the weights, and that makes the weights move upward. So there are other forms of energy, including mechanical, sound, thermal, electrical, radiant, and nuclear. Mechanical energy is the sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy of a system of objects. So if you look at this gentleman, he lifts the thing and hammers the nail. That is mechanical energy. He is forcing the hammer on the nail. Sound energy is the energy that's carried in sound, and that makes particles vibrate in the air, and that transfers our sound. Thermal energy is the sum of the kinetic and potential energy of the particles that make it up. And we, a lot of times, think of thermal energy as heat. So basically how fast our particles are moving. Next is electric energy. And this is the electric that's carried in electric currents. And we're probably most familiar with this because this is what charges our phones and makes everything in our house powered. Nuclear energy is energy that's stored in the nucleus and released in the nucleus of the atom. And we have a nuclear energy plant in LAC that produces the majority of our energy for this area. And that's it for today. So please record all those notes in your notebook. And tomorrow we will pick up on some 2 activities that talk about the forms of energy. I will see you this afternoon to discuss our notes. So have a great day till then.